You are. This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're in Cardiff for a huge bill live on Sky Sports this Saturday night. Chris Eubank Jr. v Liam Williams. A lot of people reading this as a 50-50 fight, Gareth. What do you think about that and how do you see it?
It's a terrific fight, first of all. I hope it's going to be a dog fight with a lot of tenacity from both men. Liam Williams looks in extraordinary shape. Obviously, he's got the bit between his teeth, doesn't like Chris Eubank Jr. Chris Eubank Jr. doesn't like him, and it's a genuine grudge fight. It's as good as any grudge fight we've ever had in the UK, in my view.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally. These guys don't like each other. It's been delayed twice, so they've had more time to think about it. And I think, you know, it's one of those fights where both men have to win this fight. Eubank for his credibility, and I think Williams, if he's going to go on again and fight at world level. I mean, he's had the 3 losses, two losses to Liam Smith and the loss to Demetrius Andrade last year, where he put up a good fight and had a very difficult early part of the fight. But, you know, Eubank's talked the talk and he needs now to walk the walk. And I think Williams will draw huge support here in Cardiff, and I think, you know, he will dig deep into himself. I think it'll be cagey early on, but I expect serious periods of dogfighting in this, and I just feel that it's hard to pick a winner, but I think Eubank's got a great chin. I think he might have to throw out some of the tools that Roy Jones Jr. has given him, frankly, and not try and ape or copy Roy Jones Jr.'s moves that we've seen in other fights like Marcus Morrison, and when he was transitioning through styles. And I think if I'm going to have to pick a winner, I say it's Eubank on points. He's not a massive volume puncher, but he overwhelms you. Eubank on points or by late stoppage if it's a real tear up and they both have to go to the well.
And it's fair to say the loser is banging trouble, isn't that right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The winner marches on towards world title challenges again, but where does the loser go after this? That's the point. Listen, we might see another fight if it's terrific. It's that kind of atmosphere at the moment, isn't it?
Just to add, I think there is a rematch clause for this fight.
There you go. There's a rematch clause because if it's brilliant, Boxer and Sky will want to put it on again. But I think what it is, it's a great main event to kick off the boxing season, if you like. We've had a very dry January with all the back and forth over the 4 heavyweights. Fury and White, Joshua and Usyk. We still don't know in many ways what's happening yet. You know, nothing's been kind of inked and underlined. It's a terrific card to start the year.
Yeah, let's discuss the heavyweight latest. So there was a tweet put out by Keith Idek saying if Dillian Whyte and his team don't sign by the 21st of February, the WBC will move on. Of course, there's nothing to suggest that he won't sign the contract. You believe that Dillian goes through with that fight, Gareth?
Why wouldn't he? He's waited for so long for this fight. 3 years to challenge for the world title.
From the outside, I don't know if this is true, but my guess would be him and his team are not happy with the money at the moment.
Yeah, but if he wins the fight, he gets $4 million plus his, plus his $8 million upside. Or sorry, he gets the upside of $4 million. And his $8 million. I mean, that brings it to, what is it, £7.5 million or 6 million as his basic. It's a massive payday and a massive opportunity. And, you know, I think the deal is yet to be signed. We can't do a rematch clause, they can't do a rematch clause because it's a mandatory. So, you know, it's a fight he's got to take. I mean, why wouldn't he take it? We know he's got the outstanding arbitration cases with the WBC, and you'd hope they'd iron out those wrinkles. So, wrinkle out the irons, even if I'm being a lunatic. But you know, we've got to see it. And like you say, they've mandated February the 21st now. You know, Frank Warren's optimistic. There are bids coming in from everywhere to host it. We've heard the Olympic Stadium, here in Cardiff, the Principality Stadium. I know they're looking at Wembley Stadium. You know, and listen, if it does go big and go outdoors, we may see it go to, I think, even later than April. Well, they can ask for permission to move it, can't they? If they can't get the venue they want on that date, they would just go for concessions with the WBC. But if they know it's on and signed, I'm sure they'd allow that. Again, Joshua and Usyk's completely quiet. Who's Joshua's training team? I've never known a hiatus, a dry period like this where we aren't moving things on. It's very, very odd, apart from COVID, of course. But, you know, it's just very odd at the moment.
Well, Frank believes there's a press conference next week for Fury v White, so we shall see.
Well, if Frank believes it, I'm going to believe him then. So let's hope so. Let's hope it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday next week. We get the two guys sitting on the top table and we get to ask them a few questions and we get a bit of spite and venom face to face. Really looking forward to it.
Be good for the views, that. Right, Gareth, I saw some news this morning. Of course, we were expecting, or there were a lot of reports going around that DAZN were going to take over BT Sport. We heard this morning that has collapsed and that Discovery and BT Sport are going to do a 50-50 joint venture and a partnership with Eurosport. I'm not sure of all the details, but that seems obviously like good news for BT, and from a perspective of boxing, good news for Queensberry and Frank Warren.
Well, there's no doubt about that. I mean, it's brilliant news for Frank Warren and Queensberry. What you suspect is that I think Warner are buy into the big company, the conglomerate, buy into Discovery. So, you know, they're looking to create, aren't they, another sports platform. It's very bad news for DAZN. It's not great news for Eddie Hearn. You know, that's been mooted for months now, and it didn't get over the line. You know, there are comments from the CEO of both companies saying they couldn't get it over the line. Relief for Frank Warren, relief for BT Sport, that they're not going to be controlled by DAZN, I suppose, in lots of ways, because they've got their own ongoing processes with the football and with the boxing, because obviously it reaches further out into football ultimately. So it's a good day. It's a good day for this side of the table. The other side of the table, you know, DAZN crack on, don't they?
Absolutely. Well, listen, we look forward to a massive night this Saturday here in Cardiff, live on Sky Sports. Just want to mention something as well. TalkSport have done a deal with Boxer, exclusive deal to cover their shows. Is that right?
Indeed, and Ben Shalom is standing right behind you now, just focusing the camera, which you probably hadn't done correctly. Yeah, Boxer have done a deal with TalkSport. We are at the Khan Brook fight as well as this. We're live and exclusive on Saturday night on TalkSport, on radio, and obviously we're doing the Brook Khan fight as well. I can't wait for that one. And also, you know, I'm looking forward to the professional debut on Saturday night of Caroline Dubois. I see Daniel Dubois lurking in the background, and no doubt you'll get him and you'll put him out. Looking big.
Not literally, Christ.
No, you won't put him out in that way. And also seeing the British debut or UK soil debut of Claressa Shields, who I think really, if you look at it all, is probably the biggest female star in boxing at the moment, and hopefully she gets a victory over Emma Kozin on Saturday night, and then Savannah Marshall wins on March 12th in Newcastle. That's been announced. She's defending her title, and we get this huge women's super fight here in 2022.
Absolutely. Gareth, much better doing it in person rather than Zoom. I appreciate your time, and I'm sure we're going to catch up in Cardiff again, all right?
My pleasure as always.